Hello friends, welcome back to the English with SHYAM Sir channel and I'm SHYAM Sir. I hope you're all doing well. Friends, I have a beautiful article awaiting. This article came on July 14th Hindu newspaper on the editorial column. So, this is an article related to economy. Without further delay, let's get started. But before I start, like I always say, three simple points. Point number one. My agenda, my objective is not to explain the analysis related to the content, that is the general awareness or not such. My agenda is very simple. I want any aspirant preparing for any competitive exam to read the articles and understand them, in which English plays a crucial role. So, I will be focusing majorly on English related stuff available in the article, and thereby I am sure if you once watch this video completely, you will understand the grammar elements here, you will be able to understand the vocabulary here, then naturally the comprehending process becomes easier. Fine. So this article is related to economy. Friends, I have chosen this article for one reason. Most of the aspirants preparing for various competitive exams find articles related to economy difficult to understand. There are two reasons for that. One, the articles related to economy have terms which are definitely a part of economy subject. So naturally, when you do not know the economical related, the economy related terms, you will find it difficult to understand the article. Number two, generally in our day-to-day lives, we know what is happening all around, maybe politics, sports and so on. But when it comes to the monetary policy released by Reserve Bank of India or some measures being taken by central government in economy or budget, everybody doesn't really get into that unless he or she is preparing for some exam. This is general. That is the reason why articles like this look like slightly difficult. But from today, articles related to economy also should be very easy, because I am going to explain not just the English related straight away. I will give you just a 1 minute or 2 minute brief description about the points mentioned in this article. I will make it very easy for you. Please listen to the brief analysis clearly first, followed by our English program. So, point number one, this whole article with the name Staying Watchful is an advisory article. Means this article has given a piece of advice to the central government of India. This article has given a piece of advice to Reserve Bank of India. What is the advice? Stay watchful. You know what is stay watchful? Be careful. Don't give up. Don't compromise. Don't get complacent. Because why is all what is mentioned in the further article. So there are simple 4 to 5 points mentioned in the article which I would like to share with you. Point number one is, the whole article says comparatively post-COVID, yes, the Reserve Bank of India and the central government, they have been successfully able to do a pretty good job when it comes to balancing the Indian economy, helping the economy, saving the economy from collapsing, like the nearby, our neighborhood countries like Sri Lanka and so on. So, the whole article started with a very positive note, appreciating the central government and Reserve Bank of India for their wonderful steps taken to save Indian economy from completely getting into chaos. And now, after appreciating, the next paragraph of the article started warning again the Reserve Bank of India and Government of India, saying that still there are some danger zones ahead, so don't become complacent. So I repeat, the point number one is very simple. The whole article started with a positive note, applauding the performance of the Reserve Bank of India and central government for their good performance, saving the Indian economy from collapsing, followed by some immediate advice and suggestions, warnings. Now, from number 2, 3, 4 points, we have some facts and figures mentioned to prove the same, to convince the readers why this article appreciated the governments, why this article also is giving some suggestion. So the second point is, as per the retail inflation data, recently data has been released, retail inflation data, Reserve Bank of India has done a pretty good job in containing the price rates. As you know, post COVID, yes, naturally the prices of many commodities are increasing, but yes, on the whole Reserve Bank of India has done a pretty good job to contain the fast growing prices. Number two, as per the CPI, you know what CPI is, Consumer Price Index. As per the CPI, the price gain also positively came down from 7.04% to 7.01%. That is the comparison between May and June of 2022. Again, as per the CPI data, Consumer Price Index data released, food price inflation also came down. See, inflation coming down is a good or bad? Good, right? So as per the CPI data, food price inflation also came down approximately 22 basis points. Especially there are some products which we together call key cooking medium. There is something called year on inflation. So this article says, taking into consideration the year on inflation, some key cooking mediums like for example oil, fat, pulses, transportation fuels and so on showed a very positive note. The prices have come down, and this actually happened especially because of the central government decision to reduce the excise duty, and a few more couple of points to appreciate the government's Reserve Bank of India's performance saving the economy from collapsing. These are all positive points. The whole first paragraph you will find the article appreciating Reserve Bank of India, and then followed by giving warning and giving advice. Why? In the second paragraph, there are a few points mentioned like out of the 12 key food related products, food related products, approximately 9 products are not really showing any positive sign. Like for example, out of 12, 9 products, like for example, milk, meat, vegetables, sugar, spices and so on, they don't show any positive sign. They still are troubling a common man, a person who is striving to live a good life. So that is the reason why the second paragraph has started giving warning. Yes, let's celebrate and appreciate the Reserve Bank of India's performance, because there are some positives also. However, the game is not yet over. There are some loopholes also. There are some negatives also. Especially another challenge is heavy rainfall in many parts of the country, and also devastating floods have ruined many crops and agriculture. So these natural disasters are also existing, so let's be more careful. Let's not completely compromise, let's not become complacent. However, there is something surprising, that is on the on the global level, the global crude oil price actually has fallen down. The global crude oil price has come down, but unfortunately still the rupee value is really coming down. The rupee value is really depreciating. The rupee value is really coming down. The rupee value is really depreciating. In this context, what happens is, you already know the value of dollar. So the global crude oil price is actually coming down, but the rupee value is also coming down, which is not a very positive sign. So this is the reason why there is something very important that the whole article emphasized on giving a kind of piece of advice to the Reserve Bank of India to be watchful. That is the reason why the name of the title says staying watchful. Friends, if you observe, I am trying to repeat the points couple of times because I want everybody watching this video to understand the explanation, thereby get the confidence that yes, now I can read the article. The article is not a Herculean task. I can understand the article and so on. That's something very, very important. Now let's get started, my dear friends. Yes, like I have said, this is a very, very, very easy article, except that the context is related to economy. It tries to trouble us, but no. The same confidence We should have, yes, we will understand it. So now if you see this, undermine. Inflation risks undermining growth and macroeconomic stability. So what is undermine? Make weaker. Undermine is make somebody weaker. So inflation risks are actually making weak the growth stability, macroeconomic stability. So vocabulary number one is undermine. What is undermine, my dear friends? Make weak. Undermine is make weak, or in other way, discourage. There is a beautiful vocabulary number two. I'm just going to focus on 10 words. That's all, okay? Concerted efforts, coordinated, united efforts. Everybody together started working on it. So, concerted efforts means coordinated efforts. Contain inflation, a very strange term. See, contain is a very common word we use, like this box contains something, okay, a water container. The water container has some water in that. So contain means having something, that is one vocabulary, one meaning. Another vocabulary is contain means, contain means control. Another vocabulary contain means reduce, control, restrict, okay. So vocabulary number three, albeit. Do you remember? Even I think in the last couple of days, every day we were getting this. Albeit means despite. Albeit means despite, even though. Albeit means despite, even though. Pace, P-A-C-E, pace. What is pace? Pace means speed. Pace means quick, the speed of something. When I teach, I should maintain a good pace of my teaching so that everybody will understand. Pace is a common word, right? Speed. Like this, we have already, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vocabulary ready, and there is sixth vocabulary which I liked very much. The vocabulary says imperceptibly. The actual word is imperceptible. Imperceptible is an adjective. Imperceptible is an adjective. Imperceptibly is adverb. So imperceptible or imperceptibly is slowly, very rarely, gradually. Okay, the meaning comes like that. The meaning comes like that. Write running notes. Don't compromise. Write running notes. Immediately do that. Don't think I will do it later. Sometimes you may not be able to do it later. Okay. Then let me go to the next vocabulary. Like I have said, I will try to cover only 10 good vocabulary here. Yes, edible. Actually, edible is a very common word we all use, right? Edible. And now, my dear friends, we have another important vocabulary called portable. In English, we have one word substitutes. Edible is something suitable to eat. Portable is something suitable to drink. Okay. Then we have shrank. S-H-R-A-N-K. Shrank is the past tense of shrink. Shrink is reduce. Correct? Become lesser. Shrink past tense shrank. And now let me see if I can add a few more words. Decelerate. What is decelerate? You all know what decelerate is. Decrease, depreciate, reduce, lessen. Decelerate, depreciate, these two words are usually found mostly in economy related articles. Okay. Decelerate means, my dear friends, yes, reduce. Warping is large. See the beautiful sentence here. See, the year-on inflation in oils and fats decelerated last month by a whopping 390 basis points. Whopping is large, huge. 390 basis points is a huge figure, right? So whopping figure, large figure, huge figure. Okay. So we are coming to the end of the passage here. If you read it, I am pretty sure you will understand this article in a very easy way. And then I think, like I have said, I think I have already covered 10 words which I have promised you if I am not wrong. But like I have said, the next paragraph, see here ends the first paragraph where till then everything is positive. The article appreciated the government's this one. And now let's go to the negative. That's from here the suggestions started, from here the suggestions started. Like I have told you, see, milk, meat, spices, sugar, the prices of these have not been really positive. That is the reason the headlines of the articles is staying watchful. Watchful means what? Vigil. Staying watchful, staying vigil. So I would like to, I think accelerated is opposite of decelerated. Correct? Naturally antonyms are ready now. decelerate, reduce, accelerate, increase. So I think the whole paragraph is really easy to understand. However, for a beginner who has never read, who has never started to, reading economy related articles, I am pretty sure the first impression always looks challenging, but pretty sure you start reading it, it's going to be very easy. So before I end the video, I have one important idiom. There I end the video. Okay, see, like I have said, the first paragraph is appreciating the Reserve Bank of India's government of India's performance. From the second paragraph, suggestions started. See, the suggestion is still it would be a way too premature. You know what is premature? Early. So it will be a way too premature for the policy makers to drop their guard. What is meant by drop their guard? I'll tell you the actual meaning of the idiom. Drop their guard means stop being careful. For example, I have my enemies who are attacking me, so I defended with a guard, and after some time the enemies have gone. So I took away the guard. I took off the guard. So yes, everything looks positive, but don't stop, don't drop the guard. Don't drop the guard means don't stop being careful, because the following points are the reasons why we should not, why the government or why the Reserve Bank of India should not drop the guard. So before I end the video, again, the first paragraph is talking very positives. Second paragraph slightly focused on the loopholes, the challenges ahead, and also the whole article is advisory related article. Asked the Reserve Bank and government to be a bit careful. That is why the headline says start being watchful, don't become complacent. I hope now everybody understood this. Friends, in this article, there are hardly any points to share with you related to grammar. Okay, that's the reason I don't want to talk about grammar today, because I have spent most of the time today on only explaining this article because I have to. And today, even in our Telugu channel also, you are watching now the English channel with the name English with SHYAM Sir bracket English. Even in our Telugu channel, that is English with SHYAM Sir channel, the same article I am going to explain, because I want everybody also to start reading the articles related to any context, irrespective of the context. Whenever I talk to students, I usually ask them, what kind of articles do you actually like to read? Most of the times people don't say economy or science and technology. They say sports, they say politics, general issues. No, irrespective of the context, I want everybody to be the same confident. I hope the session is useful. Keep commenting your feedback. Your feedback is important for me to help you in a much better way. And last session, I also was happy to see good comments, because I've given you some vocabulary. I asked you to create words. I was quite impressed with the examples given by a few people, and I will talk about all the comments, all the examples in a separate video where only I'll be talking about your comments. All the best. Signing off, your SHYAM Sir.